A close reading on Marx's Capitalism and Alienation. The argument in this passage is that in modern production, under capitalist conditions, workers will inevitably lose control of their lives by losing control over their work. Marx adds evidence to his argument to prove his theory of alienation. Marx's theory of alienation is his analysis of how people are bound to become estranged from themselves and each other under the conditions of capitalist industrial production. There are 5 major points in this paper. Point 1. Alienation from the process of work. Workers do not work under their own direction, and workers are passive or mere objects, and work has become dehumanized. For example, complex work process has been reduced to simple repetitive tasks which workers can perform in a machine-like fashion. Therefore, workers are just extensions of machines instead of machines being the extension of their work. Point 2. Alienation due to the production of labor. Labor is external to the worker that does not belong to their nature. The worker does not realize themselves in their own work and denies themselves in it. Therefore, they are not happy and do not develop any free physical or mental energy. For example, a worker feels at home when not working. Therefore, work is no longer voluntary, and they do not control the process of their work because they do not own the means of production and leave finished work in the hands of the entrepreneur. Quoted by Marx, labor produces marvelous things for the rich, but for the labor it produces privation. It produces beauty, but cripples the worker. It produces sophistication, but for the workforce it produces feeble-mindedness and idiocy. Point 3. Alienation from the human-made world. The more people produce, the more they replace the natural world with an artificial one, and the more they become dependent on what they produce. People construct and maintain the production apparatuses that determine their lives, and not infrequently punishes them severely. Quoted from Marx, the entire human-made world, which constitutes the product that confronts its maker as an alien power. Point 4. Alienation from each other. This is brought on from competition, and workers see each other as potential competitors for scarce jobs. Racism and sexism play a role in this key point. Marx explains that workers are just an extension of the means of production that the owners of capital buy and which the managers of industry employ to create maximized profits. Point 5. Alienation from human nature. Humans should be in charge of particular work process and be able to produce without external necessity. Humans have to produce to fulfill their material survival needs. What distinguishes human species from other animals is that humans produce what has no practical use. What makes us humans is our ability to consciously shape the world around us. Under capitalism, our labor is forced. Work bears no relationship to our personal inclinations or our collective interests. The capitalist division of labor massively increase our ability to produce, but those who create the wealth are deprived of its benefits. In conclusion, Marx sees capitalism is in conflict with human nature and believes it should be abolished. He points out these key aspects to help prove his point. These types of alienation cannot be eliminated under conditions of a capitalistic world where few are free to work for themselves and under their own direction. Marx believes that capitalism alienates people from their potential to realize their full humanity in terms of their companionship with each other, their creative relationships with what they produce, with nature, and thus from themselves as human beings.